Okay. Hey, Andre, how are you?
Hi, Paul. I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. All right. Okay. So it's about 9 p.m. here in Dallas, Texas. So I think today, I think Andre is going to show me, I guess, show the team, right? We're going to put it on YouTube Live. So we're going to show how to create a LinkedIn follower ad. Right?
Right. So, LinkedIn follower ad. So basically, we're gonna start from going to LinkedIn page. So the very first step that you need to do is to have an account on LinkedIn. So if you don't have one, please do create, and after that, you will be able to access just basic features. So as you see in here, we have just basic profile, like nothing special about it. So on top in here, nearby me, work, we have advertise button. So that's where we need to click. So we're clicking on advertise, and it's gonna put us on campaign manager team page. In here, we're gonna see all of our accounts.
So you need to have a personal account, right? So you need to
Right.
actually have an account first.
So the very first step to have is your personal account.
Okay.
You don't even need to have a page yet. You can create a page during the process of setting up your campaigns. So the very first step that you need to do is really just to have an account. From there on, you can move forward and create campaign. So after we got to this page, to campaign manager page, we gonna see here's the button create account. So that's where we need to click on. So click and create account, and it's gonna give us a little pop-up window. And here we an account name. I would put the name of the page that you would like to promote. So in our case, we're going to put the digital marketing, the DMI. For currency, you would put currency, whatever currency you're going to use for to pay for campaigns. In our case, we're going to use dollars of the United States. And lastly, you're gonna have option to link um, this account, this advertisement account to existing page. So if you don't have a page, as I mentioned, you can click in here, create a new LinkedIn page. It's gonna put you to the page where you can actually create a campaign page. So depending on what type of business you want to manage, you can create one of those. So for example, we're gonna say we're gonna manage small business, which is gonna click in here, and it's gonna uh, you just need to go through all the steps that you see in here. For example, put the name of the company, all these steps. So you just need to fill it out, and after that, it's going to create a very basic page that you can edit later. But that's very necessary for us to have the page to run a successful campaign.
So, good question. So you have an account, right? A personal account,
Right,
and then there is also a page, right?
right.
What's the difference between having an account and having a page?
So account is your personal account, just where you put basically your information. But if you want to showcase your company, for example, or product that you want to show to people, you would create a page. So, for example, if you want to manage a restaurant, you would create a page for this restaurant, and on that page, you would be able to post whatever you feel like is good for this restaurant. People can follow it, and that's how you can run campaigns for that specific page. And that's mostly what digital marketers would be doing. Okay. All right. So after you created this, your company page, then you can just add it in here. But in our case, we already have a page. So we're just going to put the name in here. So we're going to scroll a bit, and here's our page. So next step, you just need to check if everything is all right in here. You just click save. Okay, so that was the first step. Um, Basically, account was created. And as you see in here, we have a lot of charts. So the very first one would be a campaign group. It's basically an hierarchy for the whole advertisement. It's the same as on Facebook. So we have campaign group. That's basically where you set the theme for your advertisement. Uh, it all keeps it together. The next will go campaigns. Campaigns is the funniest of all of them. Basically, in there you're gonna create your targeting, budgeting, all this type of stuff. And ads is just an ad that you're going to show to people. So after you created this thing, you just need to go to create a campaign group.
Right. So the first thing that you did just now is basically create an account, right?
Right.
Okay. Now the second step is you need to create a
A
campaign.
campaign, correct. So that was like the most basic stuff that you need to do to start doing advertisement. But the next step would be creating a campaign.
Okay.
So after you created your account, you will have one default campaign group. You can keep it like this for our educational purposes. I would say we can just keep it like this. We don't have to change anything. But
Now I
if you
think
want,
maybe we can just rename this default campaign, right? So can we? No? Yeah, open that and see. Hmm.
I believe you can.
Okay.
So you need to create first a campaign,
Oh,
and after that you will be able to rename it and do all this stuff. So, but first you need to create a campaign within that campaign group. So, how to create a campaign? You just need to either click in here or just go to the um, in here to campaigns, and then click here create campaign. So in here you can just I don't know, use different group or you can create a new group if you want and you can name it in here. But we're not going to do that. For now, we're just going to go ahead with the default campaign group that we have. So we're going to click next. And that's where the fun part begins. So in here, the very first step that we need to do is to set our objective. So there are several objectives. So the first one will be awareness. It's brand awareness. Basically, you're using this for whenever you want to show your product or yourself to as many people as possible. For educational purposes, we're going to go with this one today, but even if you selected something, you can change it. So next one would be consideration. And here we have website visits. So if you want just to drive a lot of traffic to your website, like just people going to your website for different purposes, you can just click in here. Engagement. If you want people to engage with your comment, with your post, like it, see it, comment it, that's what would you choose. And video views. Video views is basically for you to promote your videos. Mm, if you have some video, if you're an artist or if you're a speaker, I would use this. The last one is conversions. So in here we have lead generation. Basically, it's going to create a lead generation form when people are clicking on your ad. So you can use this. Next time would be website conversions. Because we don't have conversion set up yet on our websites, we're not going to use it. And lastly would be job applicants. If you're looking for job applicants, so for people who might apply for a job, you would choose this option. So again, for today's lesson, we're just going to go with brand awareness. So you're just clicking in here, and it's gonna put you to the next step. Any questions so far?
no, this is good. It's good.
Okay,
Most of it seems self-explanatory, right? So it has
right,
like,
right, and it's going to be like that. So there are nothing challenging in all this
right.
advertisement. Really, you just need to. basically read and go through whole
Yeah.
steps.
So guys, if you're watching this video, so you should know that anybody can do LinkedIn paid advertising. So you don't have to, you just kind of have to explore things, right? So
With very little effort, you can, yes.
yeah,
You don't
that's
have to. You don't have to get a degree for that. You just need to, I
yeah.
don't know, check our 20, 30 minutes video, and you will be ready to go.
Cool.
Okay, so the rule here is we're going from top to bottom. So in here we have on the top we have audience. So there are a few options. So first is saved audiences. Because we don't have any saved audiences, we just started. We're not going to be able to access anything in here. But LinkedIn also gives us option to choose audience that they already created. So for example, you want to target people who have a bachelor's degree. You're just going to confirm that yes, okay. And when you're going down, there will be that you can basically only target people who have associate's degree and bachelor's degree. We're not going to go with this today because we just don't need it. But if you feel like you need it, you can use it. We're going to reset it for now. Now, we learned about audiences. So audiences, again, you can use it. There are lots of audiences that LinkedIn pre-made it for you. Nurses, for example, but for educational purposes, we're just going to create our own, and I would recommend you to use your own. You can also use LinkedIn audience and just delete whatever you don't like that they put in there, and maybe it might help you. Okay, next is actual targeting. So first one is the question, where is your target audience? So because we're going to target people in Mexico, we're just going to put it in here. So we click on edit button and then click in Mexico. So that will give us an option. We just click in here in Mexico, and we just gonna cover people who are in Mexico. And as we see, there are 16 million people in there who registered on LinkedIn, obviously. But if we want to also get some people from Central America, for example, Guatemala, we can click in here, and it's gonna add some more people. As we see that there was not a lot of people connected in Guatemala, but we're gonna go just with Mexico. Below, we see the button exclude. Exclude, it means that we just going to exclude people from certain areas that we don't want to show our ad. So I said certain areas. It means that you can exclude either the whole country, or we can go with Guatemala, or we can exclude people who are living in, let's say, one of the states of Mexico, let's say California. So we're just gonna click California, and it's not gonna show to people who are in this state, but it's gonna show to all other states in Mexico. And as you see, we have our audience narrowed down, so we have 15 million instead of 16 million. So that's how it works. Um, Next thing would be your audience has the profile language set to English. So in there, you can choose many languages, but I would recommend always going with English because most of the people would be in the English language running their LinkedIn. So I would just use it as it is. Any questions so far?
Yeah. So why would anybody use an exclude option? Like why? Right? Why
For
should I use an exclude option? Yeah.
so in our case, we wouldn't use exclude option, but if you are, let's say, in business that runs in certain cities, you can just put, for example, you have a business that runs in all America, but not in Arizona.
Hmm.
And if you don't want, to people in Arizona to see your ad because it just doesn't make sense for you, you
Right.
can just put the whole country, United States, and exclude Arizona. In this way, you're gonna keep showing ad in the whole country, but you will not show ad in Arizona where you just don't run your business. That's how it works.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
Well, and also, you'll end up saving money, right? So if you're
Right.
not, because if you don't want your ad to show up in certain city or a certain country, you're saving money, right?
Right. You're not only saving the money, you're narrowing down your audience, and that's
Yeah.
basically the goal of
Yeah.
this targeting thing. So yeah, if you feel like you need to narrow it down or just make it big, you can do it. It all depends on the business you're running. Okay, next thing we're going to do is we're going to go to who's your target audience. So we're just going to click in here, and it's going to show us some options. So the very first option is audiences. Again, because we don't have anything created yet, we're not going to be able to use it. But basically how it works is first is list upload. So list upload is whenever you have tracking on your website, and if you get a list of people, you can just upload it in here. Lookalike, kind of the same. It's gonna show to lookalike people. Other, if you're gonna click other, basically it's whenever you have some other tools for you to target people, you can just use other. It's gonna show in here. Retargeting. Retargeting is very cool feature. For example, you had lead gen form. You had a form running at on your LinkedIn for your company, and for example, some people clicked in there, and these people will be saved on this lead gen form retargeting option. And if you want, you can basically show ads to only these people who are from those lead gen form, who, for example, didn't go to your website. They just opened lead gen form and nothing else happened. So that's how it would work. Third party is kind of the same as other. But for us, because we never created any audiences, anything, we would start with audience attributes. So LinkedIn is cool because many people are putting a lot of information about where they are in terms of job, their experience. So you can always target very specifically some people. For example, we're going to company. There are like a lot of options. So if you're going to click on company category, we can target people who are in the Fortune 1000 or Fortune 500, all these type of companies that LinkedIn created, and Fortune 1000 is more like a worldwide thing. So you can target these people. You can target by company names. For example, you want to target Google. If you're gonna select Google, you're gonna see that in Mexico there are only 500 people who works in Google, and you can just target those people if you have to. But we're gonna delete it for now. The same goes with company size, company industries, all of this stuff. The important thing to understand in here is that when you're adding like just lots of, for example, Apple is gonna add just Apple. If you're gonna add Apple tree, it's gonna keep adding all these companies. So what it does that you're just going to target people who are working in Apple or in Apple tree or in Apple Bank, for example, whatever you choose in here. So to change
This will
that,
be, I think, sorry to
yeah,
cut you. So I think this would be ideal if there is a recruiter running like a technology job and they want to target Apple employees, right? So a
right.
recruiter trying to employ people from Apple, right?
Right. So
So
you can do that. You can
or any
just
technology company per se, right?
you can choose even any technology company, basically. Like in general, like technology company, people who working in technology company,
That's okay.
or you can choose a specific company. So as you see, options here are um, pretty good. You can do very specific targeting in LinkedIn idea. Next would go demographics. So we have here member age and gender. It's kind of the same idea in here as on Facebook, that you need to put here check mark that you will not discriminate people. Why? Because some people were discriminated on Facebook. Uh, recruiters were not showing ads to certain people, and it was a bit of scandal. So now they added this thing in here, but you can select it if you want. Unfortunately, LinkedIn doesn't give us a lot of options. They're just giving us general options, and they're more like estimated options because LinkedIn never really asks you for your age, unlike Facebook. So that's how it works. Gender the same, male or female. Now, degree, you can check a degree. For example, PhD, we're gonna go with bachelor's. So you can even check what type of bachelor's degree, but we're gonna go with general, just with bachelor's degree, whoever has it. So as you see, the public was narrowed to 2 million people. Next, again, if you're gonna go to education, we can here, for example, add marketing, and it's gonna add that people are also in marketing. So it's still going to be 2.3. Now, job experience, kind of the same. You can put job functions. So job functions is basically what is this job about? Job seniorities, job titles. If you want to target, for example, SEO, for example, people, or digital marketers or chefs in restaurants, you can choose this.
Can
Skills.
I, let's just say if I want to target CEOs of the companies, only the CEOs, I can, right?
Yep. So you're just gonna click here, CEO, Chief Executive Officer, and that's it is. You can choose, I don't know, a lot of suggested if you want, but I would go just with Chief Executive Officer if you want to. Now we're going back, and lastly would be years of experience. So you can choose from 1 to 12 years, 12 plus years, whatever you feel like it's needed. And lastly will be interest and traits. So for example, if people are members of certain groups, for example, marketing, you can choose in here. The same would be for interested. If people are interested in marketing, you can choose something here. For example, marketing and advertisement. Lastly would be member traits. Member traits is actually pretty interesting. For example, if you want to run an ad where you're looking for people, you can select something here, for example, job seekers, and it's gonna start looking for people who are quite often checking the work section on LinkedIn, or career changers. It's people who are um, basically changing their careers pretty often. So if you want, you can just do it. Now, how works all these things? You can in here click narrow audience further. So in here, it means that we have bachelor's degree and we have marketing. So either or. But we can click narrow down and it's gonna narrow even further. So we're gonna say that we have bachelor's degree in marketing, for example, and they have, let's say, there are career changers. If we're gonna click in here, we see that the audience was narrowed down to 400,000, which is pretty good. So they're having all of this traits, bachelor's degree in marketing, and they are also career changers. From all those people, they are career changers. That's where we got this smaller amount of um, people looking for us. So we can choose it for here, and it's pretty good option. The same goes with exclude. So if you wanna, for example, exclude people who are career changers, you can just click in here, and it's gonna show to people who are not career changers. Um, you got the idea.
Yeah, yeah, that's pretty cool actually. The way it's so like you can narrow it down to so detailed. That's actually interesting. They actually got like career changers as well, and like people who actually switch jobs up most of the time, like every 1 year, they want to switch the jobs. You want
Right.
to target them, right? So that's cool.
And Big Brother basically watching you, it sees that okay, you were a career changer, so they're just gonna put you to this trait, and which is kind of funny.
Yeah.
So that's how it works. That's basically the funniest part of the whole advertisement making. But Yeah, that's how it works. It's pretty straightforward. You just need to play with it. You just many times people are having like 150 different traits just to narrow down uh, the amount of people they want to show their ad. But again, right now we're just gonna go with pretty simple numbers. Lastly, in here would be enable audience expansion. Audience expansion is basically allows LinkedIn to show to people who LinkedIn thinks are also falling onto this category, but they might not be, for example, in marketing. Or let's say we were targeting people who were working in McDonald's. If you're gonna click in here, it's gonna also show to people, for example, in KFC. So because it's basically the same industry, it's fast food. It's gonna keep showing to people in fast food, for example. That's how it works. If you don't want that, you just click in here, and it's not gonna show to anyone else. So lastly, in here, we would like to save it as template. So saving as template would allow you to save all these traits to your LinkedIn campaign manager. And in the future, you would be able to choose it from here, actually saved audience. Again, we don't have it in here. So if you want, and I would recommend you to, you can do that. So let's say in our case, it would be test for DMI. You can describe if you want, it's optional, and you just save. Now, if we're going back to saved audience, we're going to see that we have test for DMI. So even if we delete all of this, we can just click test for DMI, and it's going to show the same people that we already chosen. This would work well because you want to you want to have like different campaigns running, and you would like to have um, kind of the same audience, but with some changes to see which one works best. Okay, so that was all about the audiences. Next thing, we're moving again to bottom. There will be a type of ad that we want to run. So the very first and the most common, I would say, it's a single image ad. Basically, when you're scrolling through the feed on LinkedIn, you would see that there is like single image ads with some text. That's what it is. Carousel, kind of the same. You're just gonna have many images instead of one. Video ad, again, just video. Next thing would be a text ad. Text ad is an ad that will be showing, for example, in our case in here, this is a text ad. And yeah, that's basically what it is. Spotlight ad. Spotlight ad is something that goes with you. So it's always in a spotlight. So in our case, it will be this because as you see, we're moving through the feed, but it still shows in here. It means that this is the spotlight ad. Follower ad, again, pretty simple if you want people to follow, and conversation ad. So conversation ad, there are two types of it. So the first type would be just in here. So it will have just a lot of text, and in here you will see click to action button. So you're just gonna click in here, and it's gonna send you to their website. Also, there is another type of conversational ad, is this one. So for example, there will be some type of text, and there will be options for you to click. So for example, if you click in here, it's gonna start to show you some other text and some other options. That's how it works. Okay. Now, so we just gonna go with for simplicity with single image chat today. Next thing would be placements. So LinkedIn has partner websites, partner applications, and that they are want to show your add-on. And if you want, you can just allow it. It's just gonna show to a bit more people, but I personally don't find it as a good use, at least on LinkedIn. But again, depends on your business. If you feel like it's gonna help you, you just use it. Next thing would be budget. So we're gonna have few options in here. So first would be daily budget. So you want to say that we have daily budget of $50, and it's gonna keep trying to spend $50 every day until you just stop it. The second would be lifetime budget. So if you have particular days that you want to cover, for example, from 31st, from tomorrow to January 31st, you just put in $500 and it's gonna run this ad for the whole month, and it's gonna try to spend $500. Lastly would be set both daily and lifetime budget. So for example, we have $500 again and $50. It's just gonna spend $50 a day um, until it spends $500. So that's how it works. Now, bidding. So there is maximum delivery automated. It's basically LinkedIn will be running your ad. There will be, you just given them money and they just gonna decide how much, to who they're gonna show and how much they gonna buy that particular impression for. Second would be target cost. So target cost, for example, if we want to show to 1,000 people, how much we're gonna pay for that? So if we don't want to pay $34, we can put, I don't know, $25, for example, and it's gonna uh, put as this budget. And lastly would be manual bidding, kind of the same idea. The very last thing on this page would be conversion tracking. Again, we don't have conversion tracking set up yet, so we're just gonna skip it for now.
So hold on one second. So this bidding strategy right here, right? So we don't want to use the automated feature, right?
Uh,
Because
Better not to. You can, obviously, you can, and nobody would stop you from that, but you wouldn't because you want to be in control of your budget.
mm,
LinkedIn doesn't want you to be in control. They want obviously to spend your money. They want to get your money, and how good will be this automatic delivery? We don't know.
don't know.
We can obviously create few campaigns. For example, one would be with automated, and another one would be with manual, and you could just compare what gives you better results.
All right,
Okay.
cool. Okay. And I see actually there is a recommendation underneath, you see. There is this, oh, we recommend
Right.
bidding $34 and think,
Yeah, but nobody stops you to put something less. Recommended is because I would say some people are running for $70, like here. Some people are running for $20, and the median price is
so
$34.
how did you come up with $25 here? Like why did you just put a random number or
Yeah, in here in our in our case, I put random number, but
hmm,
you want to try to put as little possible just to try how it works. In here we see that the smallest amount that we can put is $8. So we're just gonna go with this, and we're just gonna see how it works.
yeah.
Okay. All right. So once you finish with all of this, you can just check if everything looks good to you. You can just click next and confirm it, and it's gonna save your campaign already. So now in here, we're gonna have a few other options. So this is actually actual ad creation process. So first thing, we can just dig whatever content we already created. So in here, we just had one one content or one post, and we don't really want it. So we're just gonna go back. Oops, we went two back. So we're just gonna follow the steps again. Now, if you want to use this, you can use this, but in our case, we're just gonna create a new ad. We're clicking in here, create new ad, and that's where basically what people are gonna see. So name this ad. You're just gonna put, whatever name you want to give to this ad. So in our case, we're just going to create TMI Agora. Next thing would be introductory text. So this is going to be basically the text that people gonna see. For example, we want to promote Digital Marketing Institute in Mexico. So we're just gonna say that the DMI is now in Mexico, and just follow us for more information. So for example, we're gonna put just this, and it's gonna put it's already gonna update, so you can see what happens in real time. Next one would be destination URL. So in here, you would normally put, the URL that you want people to go to. For example, in our case, it would be the Digital Marketing Institute. So we're just gonna take this link and we're gonna paste it in here. If you feel like you need to shorten it, it's completely fine. Do it, and it's actually pretty good for you to shorten this link. Now, there is a button that says scrape. Scrape just basically gonna take information from the website and you're just gonna put it in here. Normally, you wouldn't do that because it's not as good as it sounds. So after you've finished with this, you just need to upload pictures and some additional information. So for example, in our case, we're just gonna select a picture. So I have this picture. So pictures for uh, ads on LinkedIn should be 1200 by 628 pixels. If it's not going to be like that, it's just not going to show as good. It's the same size as on Facebook. Next time would be a headline. So for headline, you can put whatever text you feel like you want to put. In our case, we're just going to put the Digital Marketing Institute. Okay, and it's going to show in here. The same would be for description. Okay. Now, call to action. Call to action is basically the button that's gonna appear on the right side. So in our case, because we just want people to go to our website, we're just gonna click, for example, learn more. Okay, and it's gonna show in here, learn more. So whenever we finish with this ad, it's gonna show, and if we click on learn more, it's gonna go to the Digital Marketing Institute website. Okay, so that's basically all that you can do. Again, there are several more options, several more types of ads. If you have video, you're gonna upload video. If you have um, lead gen form, it's gonna appear as a lead gen form, and you're gonna be able to add many questions that you want to ask on your lead gen form. Also, you can check in here mobile version if you want. We're just gonna go with desktop. And after you finish with all of this, you're just gonna click create. It's gonna start saving your ad. And now you can basically click next. In our case, it's gonna put us to billing page. We just need to put billing page because we didn't add any to this account. But after you click next, it's just gonna tell you like, okay, it was created and it's ready to run. In our case, we're just gonna save and exit. And that's basically how you create an ad. Once you go into the last field, you can see your ad. And if you click in here, it's gonna put you to the LinkedIn page where you can actually see the ad that is going to be running once you put your bill information and once you activate the ad. And that's how it's gonna look like. Okay. So this is how you run follower ad on LinkedIn. Any questions, Paul? I can't hear you. I think you're muted.
Sorry, Andre. So, um, thank you. Appreciate it. I think it's like super simple. Like LinkedIn has the way they created this UI, right?
I
Uh,
would say, yeah, LinkedIn is the most is the simplest
yeah.
from the big social media. I would say LinkedIn is one of the simplest. Obviously, Facebook would be a bit more complicated, but they have
Okay.
a lot more features.
Cool. Cool. All right. Okay. So this is a single ad, right? Single image ad. I think that's
Yeah,
what it is, right? Okay.
right.
Right.
So this is the singular image ad, and that's how it's going to look like. If you
Cool.
want to create with several ads, you just add a different option, and there will be option for you to upload several pictures.
Okay. Yeah. That's cool. I think on the right hand side you see an ad on the picture, like on the share. It says Andre Waslin is was Wesley.
That's another ad.
Yeah, that's another
That's
ad.
and
Yeah.
there is another ad. So yeah, even on this page they showing us ads. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Thanks, Andre.
Thank
Appreciate it. All
thank
right.
you so much, Paul. Have a nice day.
Have a
Bye
good one.
bye.
Bye.